Synergy and Denari Software are very pleased to have many radio stations that use Denari for their on-air fundraising. It's kind of cool how that works. They're able to use Denari 365 days a year to do all the quote-unquote normal fundraising: direct mail, major donor, receipts, pledge statements, recurring credit card and bank draft, and all the things that any kind of nonprofit would want to do, and Denari is very good at that. But these particular organizations with on-air broadcasting, they will do something like a pledge drive or a Sharathon, whatever they may call it. And we have been able to learn from some of the best in the industry, a couple of different industries, how to do this really well. We call it the Sharathon components. This is as simple as an add-on component that looks like it was made just for radio, and yet it's fully integrated with the rest of Denari. Here's an example of what an administrator would see during the actual Sharathon or pledge drive. I'm sitting in the back of the room, I'm the office manager, and I have various controls available right at my fingertips. I can see, for example, something called day sponsorship. Now, day sponsorship is where a listener can actually sponsor a day of broadcasting. We took it 2 steps further. We said they can also do a half day of broadcasting and also a quarter day. This is a color-coded calendar that is up to the minute accurate, that not only lets the headquarters administrator know what's going on, who's going to sponsor what. There we go. We see, who's going to sponsor this one. And we see the half day, the quarter day here. Also, the volunteer is able to enter that right from the same live calendar during the pledge drive. Very cool feature. There's also the ability in the studio for those people on the air to be able to tell up to the minute how the drive is going. How many callers are calling in? What's the goal? What is the current progress toward the goal? We also have the ability for individual challenges, where the challenge could be given a name, such as the music giveaway. And maybe the idea is for the next 30 minutes, we're trying to see if we can get maybe, let's say, 30 monthly electronic fund transfer or credit card pledges that have a minimum monthly total amount 360. We're trying to create a challenge pledge. And so in this way, in the studio, they've got all kinds of cool things they can do. The music giveaway, we've got 29 minutes left, and whatever the match is. So you know how it goes in the studio. It's very exciting and very energetic. This screen can keep up with them. While all of that is going on, of course, the volunteers come in the studio and they take phone calls. Now, if I'm a volunteer, I'm probably kind of nervous. Hi, Bill. Hi, Mary. What do I do? Okay, go hang your coat over there and get a cup of coffee, and then you come watch me. Okay, I'm back. What do I do? Watch me. Okay, we're going to log you in, and we're going to take that first pledge. Now, it's possible the person calling in is already in the list, and we might say, Praise FM Sharathon, would you like to make a pledge? Yes, I would. What's your name? And it's just going to do a quick search to see if they're in there. Oh, I see you're already in the list. Are you at 4391? Yes, that's me. Okay, great. And then would you like to make a pledge monthly or special one time? Oh, I'd like to do both. I'd like to do $30 a month. Actually, can I do that that quarter day sponsorship? Yeah, no problem. Did you have a particular date in mind? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Well, maybe you would consider your wife's birthday. How would that be? Well, that's a good idea. Well, what's your wife's birthday? It's December 19th. Well, let's see if something's available. Oh, I see half day is available. You want to do a half or a quarter? Oh, I think I'll do the first quarter. Great. What's her name? You get the idea. But they could do all that. Great. And that pledge is $31.25 a month. Did you want to do it by credit card, by bank draft, or by cash or check? I'll just send a check each month. Terrific. And did you want to do a one-time? Yeah, I'd like to do a one-time also of 100, and I'd like to do that by credit card if I could. And so there we go. I could enter it now. The system is integrated. When I say make pledge, it's going to go off and it's going to verify and then ultimately actually run this thing, all from right within the volunteer interface. We've done a lot of Sharathons and a lot of pledge drives. A lot of volunteers have taken tens of thousands of phone calls. This actually works. Mr. Donor, would you mind if we read that on the air, or would you prefer it to be anonymous? So I'd prefer it to be anonymous. And do you have any other notes you'd like to pass on to the people in the studio? Yes, the music in the morning is very encouraging. Very good. We'll let them know that. Thank you very much for calling. Have a great day. And I'm all done. That is the way in which our Sharathon interface is going to work for the volunteers. There's so much more that goes on during the Sharathon. There are amendments. There are hourly goals and statistics. Let's take a look at those just for a minute. For each day of the pledge drive, it is possible to set goals for not only the day, but even per hour with matches and all the variables. For those who have done this kind of fundraising, you're familiar with how that goes. Let's take a look at this particular day, and what we see is the ability to enter the number of donors sought, the dollar amount sought, and if there are matching dollars prepared to be offered. This can be done per hour, per day, to give a very granular goal setting capability. The system will actually track the actuals so that at any given moment you can see how that progress is going. Now the key point here, of course, is that we have this fully integrated with Denari. Those who do on-air broadcast fundraising, Sharathon, Pledge Drive, are really going to want to take a look at Denari very closely.